Hey friends, how's it going? Welcome back to another Animal Crossing Island tour video. In this video, we are going to an island that is completely Avatar: The Last Airbender themed. Now, the problem with that is that I don't know too much about this, and they go really in depth with the different areas, and since that would make me a really bad tour guide, the creator of this island is actually going to be leading us on this guide via voice chat. So we're going to be interacting, we're going to have some fun while they lead us around and explain everything properly, because I definitely won't. And remember guys, if you like this sort of content, to give it a thumbs up so that I know that you want to see more of it, as well as subscribe with notifications, because if you're not already subscribed, you're probably going to miss out on future episodes and awesome live streams where we have a lot of fun. And we have arrived at this beautiful island. There's our tour guide, Jared, with the presents. I think this is our outfit laid out already. Hey, Jared.
Hey, what's up? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I just saw the overview of your island and I'm super excited for this, and excited to actually try something different for this one tour. You're going to be giving us the play-by-play on this. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's really cool that you wanted me to give you a tour, and I think it'll just be cool that we can talk about the lore of the island too.
Yeah, because I don't know much about Avatar, and I wasn't about to watch a whole anime just for the preparation. And I'm just going to look at your map now, and I saw flying over, there's like this giant castle kingdom thing. That's crazy how much that would have taken. And also, I'm in love with your villagers.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky with my villagers. I didn't have to take much to go find them, which was cool.
Really?
And yeah, I'm excited to show you that part of the island, but we'll be saving that for the end.
Oh yeah, amazing. Save the best for last. And which one of these villagers is your favorite?
Probably right now, my favorite is Jacques. He is a DJ bird, which is like super cool because he has all these like neon elements inside of his house, and I'm really a big fan of EDM music, so I thought he fits my personal taste really well.
That's really cool. And like, I've never seen him on like anyone's island ever before. I think you're the first person that I've seen with him. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he's like pretty low key. He's not one of those popular guys, you know?
But those are the best, right? And I'm looking at your passport right now. Yeah, there's your name. You were born August 13th. You're a lonely punk. And how do you... Ikigai? Is that how you say the name?
Cool.
All right. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of a connection issue, but we're back. And you were talking about the name of your island and what it means? Yeah,
so Ikigai is just a Japanese concept that means finding one's purpose in life.
Oh, that's really nice. I thought it was something to do with the show, but nope, just a beautiful saying.
Nope.
All right, where are we starting off first?
Cool. So yeah, we'll go over to the left here.
Oh, this is the Fire Nation, right? I can tell from all the paper lanterns. Actually, that's really cool having the symbols there. For my honor.
They were actually found online I can't make a pattern for my life, so I was glad that someone had these already there for me to use.
That's interesting. Oh, so you didn't make any of the custom designs? Are any of them yours, or?
I made a few of them, but the symbols aren't mine.
Oh, fair enough. It doesn't really need it.
Yeah.
I really like the fact that you're gonna have like the complete different outfits for different areas. It looks like. So this is the fire. I know this is the bad guy. He usually has a birthmark on his eye, right?
Yeah. So this is the Fire Nation, which is the homeland of Zuko. So Zuko, it's kind of interesting. If you watch the show, he's actually more of like an anti-hero, but I don't want to give it away for you, so you should just go watch it on Netflix since it's available now.
Okay, I will. All right, so what's the next area?
This is the fire. This is Ember Island. So Ember Island is a place that Zuko goes to vacation at with his sister and his friends. So I tried to recreate that here with the elevated houses overlooking the beach.
Oh, I see that. Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of based off like a tropical island.
Oh, I feel it. Oh, it's a pretty view from here, actually. Just if I flip my camera up, you can see it really looks like a city in the distance. That's really smart, the way that you layered that.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, if we go up here, I tried to recreate the Fire Nation cell. So down there is is supposed to represent how Zuko's uncle, Iroh, actually got captured by the Fire Nation. And so this is supposed to be his little cell with his tea, because he's a big tea guy.
I'm drinking tea right now. That's perfect. No, I like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, if Iroh was here, he'd probably ask you what your favorite type was, but hopefully he wouldn't judge you about what you say.
I feel like air. I feel like air would be the coolest. I want to fly. That's literally it. That's the only reason. At one point, I want to fly.
Yeah, so this is a reference to how when Zuko's on the Ember Island, he has this heart-to-heart with the other members of his little crew. It's supposed to represent him. Well, actually, no, that's a spoiler. Never mind, I'm not going to say that.
Oh, no. Oh, no. But I think people that would appreciate it will 100% get it, right?
Yeah, they should. So this is another reference to the Fire Nation called Boiling Rock, and it's a prison, so I literally put boiling water on a rock.
That's too meta. That's so funny.
Super meta.
Oh, pushing me around now, I see. Oh, we're going to the...
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. What is this place? Oh, water, of course, naturally.
Yeah, so this area is supposed to represent the Water Tribe.
Oh, there you go.
And I even have a little gift for you. Oh, I almost opened it. My bad.
Well, my problem is I always drop gifts instead of opening them, so we have the opposite problem right now. In the Kung Fu tea, and... Oh, there we go. Now I'm gonna put away my red parasol so that I can fit in
Sounds
here.
good.
They won't know I'm a traitor.
Yeah, so I tried to model this area after the Northern Water Tribe, which is the first place that Aang and the gang go to. And this is supposed to be the Spirit Oasis, which is kind of like a temple in the Water Tribe. And it's supposed to be a representation of balance in the nation. So everything is supposed to be super symmetrical.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I really like the stars laying... Oh, I can see the moon in the background from here. Actually, I see two moons.
Yeah,
That's actually really cool. Right, this shot. That's really cool. Oh, which side are you? Did I lose you? Oh, there you are. We're going the wrong way. That's really pretty.
Yeah, I try to use the stars as a motif to represent the spirit world. So there's a lot of spirituality in the world of the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Interesting. Yeah, see, this is why I wanted you to give the tour instead of me. Like, there's no way I'm going to get half any of this. I'm just going to be like, ooh, that's a pretty thing. It's just so basic, and everyone in the comments just yelling at me. Be like, Chase, come on. You're such a loser.
Well, you'll just have to watch the show so that way you can understand.
Oh, yeah.
So next we'll check out this area. And you might recognize this from one of your videos. I totally didn't steal that.
You didn't? Well, it's meant to be stolen. That's why I show it off. It's like the best placement at for this area. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. The resident services. It's perfect having the stairs behind it. It's just it needs to be used more. So I wanted people to copy it.
So this area is supposed to represent the spirit world. The first time Aang goes to the spirit world, he finds himself in this bamboo forest. And again, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but I just really wanted to recreate the lushness from that scene.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I have all my villagers here too, just because, there's all different types of animal spirits. So I was like, why not just dump all my villagers right here?
That makes sense. That makes sense. And unless it's like a main character's death that you're going to give away, I'm probably going to forget it, to be honest. So if it helps explain, go ahead.
I don't know why that's there.
Oh, I see some cabbages there. Or lettuce. Not sure which one that is.
So this area, I'll give you this first.
Oh, perfect.
So this area is supposed to be Kyoshi Island.
Oh, there we go.
And, yep, looking good. So this area is supposed to be Kyoshi Island, which is the home of one of the avatars. So the avatars are reincarnated over and over, and this is one of their past lives. And in the show, there's like a little temple, so I tried to recreate that here.
That's really cool. And is that a custom design you're wearing right now?
Yeah, so it's the same one that's displayed there, and this is actually the robe that the Kyoshi warriors wear. It's like their traditional battle outfit.
Oh, that's really cool. Oh, we're just
I don't know where
stepping
I'm going.
around. Oh, that's really pretty. Like, the thing about this is that even if I didn't know all the references, it's a pretty island regardless, right? It's really
thanks.
pretty. And people probably don't know this, but I toured it once already and did my commentary, but it was so lackluster and I missed everything important that we decided it would be a way, way better idea for Jared to give me the tour instead of me being basic the whole time. Like, oh, yeah, cabbages. See?
My cabbages. This is like an iconic reference to the show. So there's this guy, he's called literally the Cabbage Guy. And he shows up everywhere throughout the show as kind of like a gag because Avatar in the game keep messing up his cabbages. So he always screams, "My cabbages!" every single time his cart gets destroyed.
Really? Oh, that's too funny. See, that's another thing that I just wouldn't be able to appreciate it. And it just would have been an awkward moment. This is perfect. I love it. It's really making me enjoy it a lot more too. I appreciate you doing this.
I'm glad to hear. Yeah, so now we're getting into more of the Earth Kingdom. So Kyoshi Island is part of the Earth Kingdom, but the Earth Kingdom is so big, I decided to just dedicate a whole section to it. Okay. So the area we're getting into right now is a desert, and this is actually a reference to how the gang gets lost in the desert, and they actually get really high off of this cactus juice. So I tried to do a little call out for there. If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. Yeah, right.
And the reason why the museum is just kind of in this blank desert is this is a reference to the Wan Shi Tong library. So it's actually a really cool connection to the show because inside we have blathers, right? But in the show, Wan Shi Tong's library is governed by this deity spirit owl, and he's literally the manifestation of blathers.
That's really smart. Oh, that's really, really cool that you managed to do that, like go that deep. Oh.
Over here we have, I tried to recreate what it would kind of be like inside of the underground library.
This is incredible. Just again, from a complete Animal Crossing standpoint, the way that you have this layered is crazy. I love that you're covering up the terraforming sides with bookshelves. And there's actually, like, if you don't want it to be a library, you can actually turn those around and it actually looks like wooden walls, you know? So like, just regardless, the terraforming here is so well thought out. It's really pretty. Good job.
Thanks. Yeah, I tried to play a lot with perspective with this island.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm going to try to pan up as often as I can remember because sometimes you can miss gems like that moon in the background. Oh, and we're transforming into an animal spirit guides you. So what is this?
So this is supposed to be the Eastern Air Temple. So the main character, Aang, he goes on this spiritual journey throughout the entire arc of the series. And there's a point where he really connects with himself and tries to be one with the universe. So I tried to recreate the place that he did that in the form of the Eastern Air Temple.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to connect all of the different, like have 4 different lands in one island, but I did my best.
You did? Oh, I love this. They really look like, is this supposed to be like ruins and stuff like that, or?
Yeah, so the air nomads, they were actually wiped out in the show, and Aang's the only one. That's not a spoiler or anything.
No, that's like the first episode.
Yeah. So their whole people, since they were wiped out, all of their temples throughout the land just kind of got overgrown and forgotten. So I tried to really make it feel like no one's been here in a long time.
You did an amazing job. Everything has moss on it. The weeds are growing in between, the really cool pathing symbols. I don't know if they represent anything specific or if they're just pretty, but they definitely are pretty.
No, they're just pretty. I'm glad that you think that they're pretty.
Oh, this is really cool pathing.
Yeah, and again with the stars, just trying to represent how this is supposed to be a spiritual place, like the spirit Oasis.
That's cool. That's cool. All right. So this is. So far, we're missing just one area, right?
Right.
Oh, the big kingdom that I mentioned.
Been to fire, water, air, and technically we're in the Earth Kingdom, but I want to save the best for last.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is on the first tour. This blew me away, honestly. Just in general, the way that it is, there is no war. Is that the correct one? Oh no, that was just to get the sentence out. Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah, so there is no war in Ba Sing Se. So where we are right now is actually Ba Sing Se, and that's what the symbols outside are. That's the crest of the Earth Kingdom, and so this is their capital. So I really tried to stuff as many references as I can in this, since there's a lot of like character development here.
Oh,
So
okay.
like for instance, this front desk is where the gang first shows up to the Earth Kingdom, and they have to like check in with their papers. And over to the left, I don't want to give it a spoiler, but if you know, you know, you know.
All right, I'll just quickly show that to people so they can get it. They're all probably screaming at me, but you know, I'll get it one day. I'll appreciate this video, you know.
One day.
I can come back and watch my own video.
One day.
And just everyone appreciate the layering that he does. We're on like the second layer of the city. We're traveling. You can see all around like the different layers and all these areas that you can go to, but you have to follow, I guess, through this. It's not a maze because it's pretty straightforward, but there you can see like it looks like somebody's balcony. And I think that's exactly what you were going for, right?
Yeah, so in Ba Sing Se, there's 3 different levels, and it's kind of more or less related to your income level and like society and your class. So I try to recreate how like the second level is supposed to be the middle class, where there's like nice shops, and then the first level is kind of like the more quote unquote poor area. So that's why things are more cramped and claustrophobic.
Oh, okay.
And I tried to tell a story with the city too. So this area is actually a tea shop. So when Zuko and Iroh, our anti-hero, and his uncle go to Ba Sing Se, they end up working at this tea shop, and they do it here because they're taking refuge.
Oh, okay. I also love what you did with the screens here. It looks like a sliding screen door. That's really cool. I love it.
Thanks.
Okay.
And then here we're kind of like rising up and going into the upper class, which is supposed to be the super bougie area.
Ooh. And I recognize this spot from the actual picture you sent me of your island. And this is just a beautiful view.
Oh, thanks.
Really
yeah, my favorite view in the whole island is just when you angle it up and can see all of the life in the background.
Yeah. It's really, really nice. I'll let you go ahead of me. Lovely.
And then we're just gonna hop over here.
Oh, this is so cool that you jump over where you can't really have mini bridges, so you have these really cool parkour spots.
Yeah, I definitely maxed out in terms of all of the different amenities you can build.
Yeah. Well, I can see your house there.
Over here is the actual progression. So Zuko and Iroh end up owning their own tea shop because Iroh's so good at making tea. They invite him into the inner circle. So this is supposed to be their coming of age story, where they end up rising to the upper class.
Oh, really? That's really nice. So you have them when they were in the lower class at the bottom, and then eventually they rise up. That's really nice. Oh, and I see your house there, but I think we're going to go into that last, saving the best for last.
Yeah, so this area right here is, so Iroh, he has a little memorial service. I won't get into the details because spoilers, but I tried to recreate it here. And although Audie isn't dead, she's the only picture I have. So I'm sorry, Audie, but this is how we're going to remember you.
Oh no, Audie.
She's one of my favorites.
Yeah, she's a doll. What a great. And she has no amiibo cards, so she can't be hacked into the game with like the fake amiibo cards and stuff. So really nice villager.
Yeah, I actually got super lucky with her. She was one of the first villagers that moved in when you get the first 3 that you have to build stuff for.
Really?
And I was like, oh, who is she? And then everyone's like, whoa, you have Audie? And I was like, I don't know what that means, but okay.
Yeah, that was me with Marshall. He just moved himself in. I'm like, okay. Who is this squirrel?
It's like, yeah, you're cool.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, so I think we're ready to go inside.
All right, let's see what's in here. Ooh, that's pretty. I love that it like, oh, there's a gong. So number 1, bonus style points just for that. It's just period. And I love, it's supposed to be outside, right? Is it like a courtyard?
Yeah, so since the Avatar: The Last Airbender mostly takes place in an undeveloped world, I tried to sync nature with all of the rooms inside of my house.
I love it. Oh, I love it. I love when you go inside a house and it creates this look of like the bustling cities where it's really crammed. You can be walking like in a courtyard like this, and like I picture this as like the outside of different buildings that are surrounding you rather than the inside of a house. It's really, really lovely. All right, which room are we going into first?
We can go over here to the left.
Okay. Ooh. I love this. So,
Thanks.
is this a reference to something specific or just a pretty spot?
I think it's kind of a mix of both. So there's nothing that this references in the show specifically, but since Team Avatar travels around the whole area, they just kind of rest in these very rural areas. So I tried to just give the feeling that this isn't a temporary place, but a place that you stop at when you travel.
I really like it. Very nice, like, mood there. Really relaxing.
We can go over to the right now.
All right, is that a bathroom?
I don't know, is it? We'll see.
Nope. It's not.
Nope, no bathroom.
What is this?
Honestly, I don't really know. I just kind of felt like putting all this stuff here, and I found this really cool set of wallpaper from Sahara, and I was just like, why not? You know? I guess it could be a reference to the underground library that we were at earlier. Okay. But I just like the slightly spoopy vibe of this place.
Spoopy, oh yeah. No, I like it. Wow, that was a completely different than what I remembered. Like, I don't know what I was remembering, but that was really, really nice to see for a second time even.
Sadly, there is no bathroom here, but nature is your bathroom in this world, so I guess it's fitting.
So does any room, I pick a room and just go?
You can do whatever you want.
I'm gonna go right here. So is this just another really pretty room, or is there a reference here?
So in this area, I kind of tried to recreate a backyard deck, and there's a lot of scenes in the show where since the architecture is based off of Asian buildings, they just have these outdoor decks where you can just relax. So I tried to capture that feeling here.
I really like the idea you have here where you use like the, I guess, mannequin head, and it looks like they're sitting in the actual water. That's a really good idea because normally neck down they're covered up anyway. So that's really creative.
Thanks. Yeah, it's not creepy at all.
No, only a little bit. All right, which one shall we go to first? Upstairs, okay. Okay, this one's an easy reference to get. I think it was the main one. Obviously, it's Aang, right?
Yeah, this is just supposed to be the end of the opening title sequence. So there's like a zoom out or a zoom in, I don't remember, of him facing the sky. So I was like, I have to pay homage to the original show somehow, right?
Yeah. I love it. Except for these creepy guys. What do they represent?
I just really like them, honestly.
Yeah.
They're just chilling. They're hanging out.
On my channel, we call them kaboobies. That's what they're called.
Kaboobies?
Yep.
Well, I guess Aang's friends with all different types of animals, so I guess he'd be friends with the kaboobies too.
And last but not least, we have down here. And this does not seem like a reference to the show.
No, this was actually the first room I did in my house, and it was just literal trash. So yeah. I decided to keep it because I needed a place to keep all of my DIYs.
Yeah, that's what Sarah Island, I think that's the most popular video I have. Sarah Island, she said, I'm sorry, my basement is literal trash, and it was a trash yard, and that's where she kept her DIYs, because when people visit, they can't pick them up when they're inside your house, so no one can steal things, right, unless you want to. So yeah, really, it's a good idea.
I guess great minds think alike, or right. More like trashy minds think alike.
All right, and now it's time for the sort of like interview portion, because we've already answered a lot of the questions throughout the tour, as in your favorite spots and why you chose the theme and what it actually is throughout the island tour. But now let's learn a little bit more about the island creator, Jared. Just again, thank you so much for the tour and letting us see your island, and also giving us the tour itself and putting everything in such good, well-spoken words and explaining it all to a big dummy like me who doesn't actually know much about the show.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad you got a chance to visit. And once again, I'm just really happy and honored that you gave me a chance to share my island with everyone.
No, it's absolutely my pleasure. And now we talked a lot about your island and how beautiful it is, but I want to learn a little bit about you, Jared, the guy behind this island. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Jared. I'm a UX designer, and I just spend all my time working and playing Animal Crossing.
It sounds like a lot of people right now, huh?
Yeah, that's the quarantine life.
Yeah, the quarantine life. You just, a lot of people, and you work from home, right?
Yeah, which is really nice because sometimes I just get to play Animal Crossing during my break, and even with my coworkers, which is pretty sweet.
Oh, really? Do you have like you go and visit each other's islands and all playing Animal Crossing and stuff?
Yeah, we have a whole Slack channel dedicated to Animal Crossing, and it's really cool because we get to, swamp each other's islands when someone's crafting a cool DIY, or we just get to share resources. And the turnips, man. We cash in and rake in on the turnips.
No, that's actually the dream. That sounds like such a cool place to work. And so you've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing. How many hours are you up to now?
So I think I'm at about 350 plus now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say 150 to 200 were just working on this theme of the island.
Oh, wow. 350. Well, so that's actually a pretty conservative number compared to ones that I've heard. Like I've been on tours with like 660 hours. So it's actually not that bad. You managed to balance your work life a little bit better.
Totally. I mean, I wish I could spend 600 hours playing Animal Crossing. That'd be the dream.
Oh, that is the dream. That's absolutely the dream. And so I just want to know that like your island is pretty full and it's all Avatar themed. And are you planning on doing anything with the future of your island? Are you going to add some extra areas for later episodes of Avatar, or what are you planning on doing?
Yeah, so I thought about that actually. The whole island is themed off of Avatar: The Last Airbender, like the first show, but there's a sequel show called The Legend of Korra, which takes place in a different time than the original show. And I was thinking about maybe doing my island something around there, but I actually think I'm gonna tear it all down and start completely over from ground zero.
What? You're gonna tear down all of this?
Yeah. It'll probably take a while to do that, but yeah. I feel like I kind of exhausted my options with this island. I recreated all the areas that I wanted to, and I feel like I was also limited with the amount of items I could use. Since there's no electricity in the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's kind of a challenge to make things when you only have a certain set of items to use. So I kind of wanted to use some of those items, like, telephones and basically anything that we have in the modern world.
Oh yeah. So must have been super limited with all the items. You went down from like over 1,000 items, not islands, and down to like just a handful of them.
Yeah, I think it was a really good design challenge for me though, because since I was only limited to certain items, I had to get creative with how they were used. And even though there's a lot of repeat items, I think just having different items to juxtapose them and give more context about what it could be was a really cool outcome in the end.
Yeah, I always say restrictions breed creativity. I learned that in like the first game I learned that from was Minecraft.
Definitely
having like an infinite like area to just do whatever you want, and every item you're like, what do I do? You're just like paralyzed. But then when you have to, for example, you make a build that's inside a mountain, and you make the decision, hey, I'm just talking about Minecraft now, but like you want to build like inside, and you're like, I'm not going to build anything outside of it. You like all of a sudden, wow, like you get even a better outcome than if you could have unlimited options.
Totally.
And so now that you've kind of touched on a little bit of it, but do you have any advice for the people watching that just want to make an amazing, elaborate island like yours?
I think my advice would be to go with the flow of what you want to do with it. What happened with my island, which I think is a good way of approaching it, is just to focus on something that you really like. So for my island, the the back left portion is based off of the Spirit Oasis, which is a moon temple in Avatar. And that actually grew from this one area I had that was just a whole bunch of waterfalls. And I just really like the vibe of it. I like the sound of the water crashing down on itself. And I just kind of built it out more and more until I realized that it kind of resembled the Spirit Oasis from Avatar. And since I was already rewatching the show at the time, I decided to run with it and go all in on the idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a perfect way to get decide on a theme. That's really good. Just pick whatever you're doing right now and just take inspiration from it.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. If you're thinking too hard about what you want your island to be, I would recommend just focusing on what you want to do at the time.
No, I completely agree. Sometimes you just got to start, right? And so if people want to keep up to date with your island or just want to ask you questions or come hang out on your island, is there any social media that you have that they can reach you on?
Most of my social media is personal, but I actually did make a Animal Crossing Twitter because of the weird upload system that Nintendo has. Yep. So I made that Twitter just to send screenshots to myself of my island, or I kind of turned it into a place where people can get updates about my island.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. So what is the Twitter? What is it called?
Oh yeah, so you can find my Twitter at Alf Crossing. I can type it out for you so that way you can find it.
Absolutely. I'll have it right now on the screen, and it will also be in the description naturally, along with all the custom designs you have. Which ones did you make personally, and which ones are from the internet in general?
Yeah, so I kind of mentioned that during the tour, but I suck at making patterns. So I got all of these from Reddit. I can provide the links to them, and I give total credit to the creator. I only made a couple of them. So I had a poor attempt at a cabbage, and my friends made fun of me for it. And I tried really hard on it, but yeah, that and the flag, which is the white lotus, which I'm not going to talk about because spoilers, but those are the only two patterns I made.
Well, they're pretty. And the cabbage, come on, the cabbage wasn't that bad. I like the cabbage. It was cute. It was super cute. And like, where else are you going to find that? You got to make that yourself, right? No one else is going to just have a cabbage hat.
I tried real hard to find a cabbage pattern online. I was like, please don't make me make it myself, but it's okay. I think it turned out fine in the end.
It did. I got the reference. It was great. Well, that's it for all of my questions. One final time, Jared, thank you so much for this. I really appreciate you coming on for the interview and giving us such great answers.
Yeah, thank you.
And I hope that you have a happy, safe, and sane quarantine ahead.
You too. Thanks a lot, man.
Take care. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. Remember, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you want to see more, as well as subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads or live streams. As well as if you want to join our amazing Discord community or follow me on Twitter, the links are in the description, right beside the Google Forms link to submit your island for a tour just like this one. But remember, I have almost 1,000 submissions at this point, and it takes a really long time to go through them and tour all the videos. So if I don't respond to you within 2 weeks even, don't get too discouraged. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.